Hello, everyone, and welcome to Old World Tech Fridays. I am your host, Frodo Jedi, joined with my co-host, Ryan, of Everything's Broken Garage, and Trina of Trina's Technobabble.
Hello.
How are you guys this evening?
Good.
Not too bad.
Good. I feel like time is going pretty fast here. We're already on the 19th of January.
Slipping into the future.
You know, you should put that on a shirt. I feel like
that should be a song from like a 1990s animated movie with Michael Jordan.
Nah, I was just barely born.
I'm
just kidding. So who do we have in the chat, Trina?
I heard people in the chat. And sorry if my mic seems kind of low.
Don't spit in that cop's burger.
What?
Welcome.
You sound like welcome to Good Burger.
Oh,
don't spit in that cop's burger.
Yeah, you sound like you're in the drive-thru.
We have Retro Mac UK, Starbucks Tech, JC, Joe of Joe's Computer Museum.
Woo!
Gutbomb, Eric's Edge, and I don't know why Gutbomb keeps going Frank S. Or there's no Frank S, but anyway.
I think he posted earlier before the stream. I think he's up top somewhere.
I can't see. I can only see Retro Mac UK. So if Frank S is here, hi Frank. Sorry, I don't see you. Eric's Edge, Gareth Bigo, K-Mac Vintage, also known as Will. And yes, Joe, I'm ready for you in my bed. Just throw that out there.
Run, Joe. Run.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
So I'm using Linux Mint. My headset only has one port. It works like Windows, where it usually has two ports for your audio and microphone. This is what I was thinking when we were playing the intro. I only have one port, so it's using my internal computer microphone. So.
And a wild Liam appears and then disappears.
Yeah, I know it's bad audio. I'm sorry.
Trina can't be bothered to get up out of bed, walk over to her actual computer, sit down and use it.
No.
So.
It's been a long week of Monday, so I'm allowed to.
Hey! That's my line. I've had a long weekend of a week of Mondays. What did you do? Kill a couple of sick kids and steal some laptops. In fairness, Linux is not garbage for audio. I used a Linux audio editing desktop for years. It just happens that whatever Bluetooth thing Trina's got is not configured properly.
It's not Bluetooth. It's a hardwired in microphone.
Oh, and so
the
cable doesn't accept the laptop doesn't have the ability to do the microphone through the input.
It does if I'm on Mac OS.
It might not be picking up the correct drivers for the audio device because it's probably one of the HD audio things.
Either way, I'm going to bring home my work headset next week. It's a USB one, and try that and see what happens.
Yeah, I use a Logitech USB headset with Linux for years. It works fine.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and
alrighty.
Hi to Frank S, who joined us. Micro Hobbyist, who also said hi.
Retro Techie.
Hi.
Hello, Jim. How are you, Jim?
Beam me up, Jim.
Jim.
I'm not a doctor. So JC keeps asking the question, Frank, and I keep asking the question. When the frig are you going to send those packages so that I can start building some Commodore?
I need to mail it because I've had them for since November.
Something like that, yeah.
I think they came in November.
Yeah.
I just got to mail the boards. I sent you the BOM for the board.
Yes, I've ordered the parts.
So
I have the DigiKey order. I just need the boards.
What you have to understand at this point is that you weren't in on the conversation about this, but Frank is a big scammer.
Yeah, I figured he would be.
Yeah.
He is a big scammer.
Yeah.
Anyway, we digress. We see Javier has joined us. So we've reached our quota for people from Florida. We have Will, We have Starbuck Tech, and we have Javier. That's as many Florida men as I'm going to allow into the stream.
We also have Frank is also in Florida.
Frank S.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm terrified now. One of them's going to turn into a zombie and eat somebody.
Or what is it? I don't know what it is with Florida, unless it's just
K-Mac says he's not in Florida. Okay, fair enough, Will. You're not in Florida right now.
Unless
but you could be.
I don't know how many news stories I used to hear on the radio when you turn it on about Florida man does this or Florida man
do you know
does
why?
that.
Do you know why that
that
is? It's because in Florida, all criminal offenses are reported to the media. It's part of their state. It's a state law that all. So like they have a police blotter, and every police force, sheriff's office, whatever, has to submit their police blotter with all the different crimes that happen. So all the crazy shit. It's like Florida man caught with a pig on his leg while being eaten by an alligator. It's like, well, of course they're going to cover that story. Where in any normal state, they wouldn't have reported that because that's just foolish.
Yeah, WTF. Well, what the Florida?
Hello, Curtis.
Hey, RetroTech Chris.
Hey, RetroTech Chris is here. Hey, Chris.
Great to see you, Chris.
Great to see you.
I feel bad because I don't have anything Compact around. Or as Trina would say,
portable, don't you?
Compact.
Oh, you mailed it.
Yes,
you don't have it anymore. You mailed it.
No, I still have it. It's just in the house. I just don't have anything out here.
So let's see. This day in tech history. Let's roll back to the 17th. So January 17th, 1984, the U.S. Supreme Court rules 5-4 that private use of home VCRs to tape programs for later viewing does not violate federal copyright laws. This ruling opens the floodgate for VCR sales, changing the landscape of TV watching forever. Let's see. Another January 17th, this time 1996. Computer is used in the discovery of new planets. So there's a new computer technique that they developed to analyze the movement of stars so that they're able to detect new planets. Let's see. Drudge Report legitimizes internet reporting. This was January 17, 1998. Matt Drudge breaks the story of Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky affair on his website, The Drudge Report. This incident brought to the limelight the emerging internet news industry. Almost overnight, it seems traditional news media, especially newspapers, begin to lose ground to internet news sources as they're able to be put out faster, obviously, than print. January 18th, 1911. Eugene. Sorry, go ahead.
To RetroTech Chris, congrats! He said I'm down 35 pounds. So.
Oh, awesome.
So basically, he got rid of one of his compact portable ones, is what he's saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm looking for Trina. Here we go. I sent you a link just in case. The first plane landing on a ship, January 18th, 1911. This was the Eugene B. Ely, lands on the deck of the USS Pennsylvania stationed in San Francisco Harbor. The first time an aircraft has landed on a ship, I would probably guess successfully.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because I'm sure they've tried it before that.
Now, would that must have been like a powered aircraft? Because I feel like they've landed dirigibles.
Yeah, it does look like that. Yeah,
I feel like they've landed dirigibles on ships before then. But anyway,
let's see. January 18th, 1995, the domain name Yahoo.com is registered. Previously, the website was called David and Jerry's Guide to the World Wide Web. I think shortening it to Yahoo is probably much advised. Let's see. January 18th, 2005, the Airbus A380, the world's largest commercial jet and nicknamed the Super Jumbo, is unveiled at a ceremony in France.
Yep. And they've only sold like 20 of them now.
Yeah.
They're so massive.
Let's see. January 19th, 1915, the neon light tube is patented. I think that's really cool. I like neon lights.
I do too.
So they started off by selling two to Packard car dealerships in Los Angeles for $1,250 a piece.
Wow.
Neon lighting quickly became a popular fixture in outdoor advertising. That's a
Wow,
lot of money for
200
1915.
I was gonna say, what is that in? Hold on, let me use the inflation
Yeah,
calculator.
1250.
As you continue.
Jeez, that's a lot of money.
I forgot to mention that it was patented by Frenchman Georges Claude.
Yes, the French came up with the neon, or at
And it was
least patented it
1915,
first.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you know how much that is today? So $12,500, right?
No,
Yeah,
$1,250.
Oh, $1,250. Sorry.
Yep.
That's equivalent to $31,408.
That's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
Let's see. January 19th, 1983, the Apple Lisa, the first commercial personal computer to have a graphical user interface and a computer mouse, is announced.
Now
At a
hold
cost
on,
of
hold on, Frank, hold on.
$9,000.
That's a point of contention. It's not technically the first.
You know, everything you read online is
I know,
the
it's
gospel
take it with a grain
truth.
of salt. I know it is. Yeah, continue.
We don't get these news links from Wikipedia, by the way.
Right.
It was announced at a cost of $9,995 as the starting price. The Lisa ended up being a commercial failure for Apple, but many of the technologies developed for the Lisa made its way to the Macintosh computer.
I think it might be considered the biggest mass, or the first mass-produced graphical user interface computer.
I would say so. I would say that probably be more apt.
Because even though it was a failure, I mean, they did sell several tens of thousands of them, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Let's see. January 19th, 1993, IBM loses $5 billion. IBM
How do you lose
announces
by?
a nearly $5 billion loss for the fiscal year of 1992.
Wow.
Several years of losses in the early 90s were a result of the sweeping changes to the computer industry in the 1980s that IBM was slow to recognize. Ironically, the biggest catalyst to this change was the rise of the personal computer. IBM helped create the most popular personal computer platform, but lost control of the platform to Microsoft and IBM-compatible clones. I would say this probably originated with the piece of crap PC Junior.
Yeah. I mean, that was an entire write-off. They probably just been carrying that loss for a few years, and then finally like, boys, we got to write this off.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're still writing that shit off to today.
True.
The amount of research and money that went into that flop. And honestly, that's how Amiga ended up going into the crapper too, wasn't it? That they hired the guy that was responsible for the PC Junior to run it there toward the end. I'm pretty sure it's the same fella. And he brought a bunch of his IBM friends with him.
Good Amiga.
Let's see. The last one I have is January 19th, 1999. RIM introduces the BlackBerry. The original BlackBerry devices were not phones, but instead they were the first mobile devices that could do real-time email. They looked like a big pager.
They did. I have one here somewhere.
Let's see.
I think it's in the house, actually.
Actually, they were produced in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada.
They
were surprisingly small at the time. The way he heard it was the name BlackBerry came from the similarity of the buttons on the original device had to the surface of a blackberry fruit.
Correct.
You know, the texture of the device.
So the fun thing about BlackBerry is the Canadian government has bailed them out several times, and a large portion of our Canadian pension plan is actually in RIM stock. So
that's true.
Yay!
Chris pointed out the Tandy 1000 was successful.
It's a three voice. It's a three voice. It's way better.
Well, they also had the better color too. It had better color and sound. You know, for computers.
And it only came with 128K for like the very first release, and then they were like, "This is terrible. We need to put way more RAM in this." And so,
speaking of, if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. It's on YouTube. If you buy the YouTube Premium or whatever the heck it is without commercials, like I have, I was able to watch it the whole way through uninterrupted. But they have Micromen on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah.
And I saw it for the first time this week, and it was very enjoyable. I still think that the guy they picked for Sir Clive St. Clair, he did a great job, but they should have picked that guy that was in the what was the vampire movies? Not Twilight or anything. It was before that. The one with the girl was in it. She's Selena and whatnot. What was it called? Not Buffy.
Buffy the Vampire
No, this was
Slayer?
movies. Hang on.
Yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a movie.
Well, I know,
Yes.
but it was also a TV show. But what I'm thinking
Canada's
of,
Donald Sutherland.
no, what's the guy that played in Game of Thrones too? He played the dad.
Oh, the king. Yeah, he would have made a good.
Yes.
That's who I was
He
thinking.
would have been a
Clyde's.
very good
He would have
Clyde
been, yeah.
St. Clair.
The Hand of the King.
Yes.
Yeah.
His demeanor and everything else would have been
Sean
spot on.
Sean.
What's his name? Is that
Sean
his name?
Bean. No, not Sean Bean. No. The Tyrion's father.
Tywin Lannister.
Tywin Lannister. No, if it was Sean Bean, Clive Sinclair would have been killed halfway through the documentary for no particular reason.
Charles
Like, oh,
Dance.
That's him.
So Charles Dance was also in. What the hell was those vampire movies? Hang on a second. This is gonna bother. Because he played
Sean Paul?
one of the head vampires. Underworld.
Shake that ting,
Underworld.
miss. Kinda shake that ting.
He was the head
miss.
vampire.
Shake.
He was the head vampire of all the Underworld movies.
Oh yes, he was. Yes, he was.
That's what I was thinking. Underworld. I couldn't think of the name.
We'll get this fixed for next week when I don't feel like getting out of bed. So.
Trina sounds like I'm gonna do a real deep cut here. I'm gonna do a real deep cut here. There's an episode of Homestar Runner where it's set in the snitch is like a 1920s, and they're singing. That's what Trina sounds like. She sounds like a 1920s like recording.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna find that link to that video so I can share it so people know what I'm talking about.
But whoever hasn't seen it, I highly recommend go out and watch the movie Microman. It tells the story between Clive St. Clair with the St. Clair computers and Chris. What was his last name that started Acorn?
I will for next week. I didn't know. Oh my god! I get it. My audio 6. Oh, let's move the fuck on.
Trina, did you know there's something wrong with your audio?
Are you aware there's something wrong with your audio?
You'll have to visit the Geek Squad, see if they can get you sorted out.
Yeah, sort her out.
Oh, you know, I heard of a computer place that's near you. I'll have to send you their link. Computerswithpride.ca. Let me pull up their information and send it to you. You might want to schedule a visit.
All right, I'll be back.
But anyway, I really do recommend it. It was a really good movie. I thought it was really good, showing the rivalry between the two and how Chris had come from St. Clair, and St. Clair wanted to spend more money and time on his shit electric car idea.
That wasn't a car; it was a cart. Yeah,
it was definitely a cart. It was a one-seater.
C5.
You're sitting practically
C5.
on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, and
but in fairness, if I had one today, I would totally like put a pile of Milwaukee, like M18 batteries in it, and let it eat.
Yeah, electric, just like Joe says, electric cart. Yes, that's exactly what it was. Like
it's British, so they drop the T.
Yes.
The only time they're allowed to drop the T in Britain.
It was a good movie. I thought it was good, and then I also watched that one, the Commodore one that's on the Plex.
The story of Commodore.
Yeah, I find these kinds of things fascinating. Yeah. So, like, good computer history.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it yet, Pirates of Silicon Valley is also still quite good, even though it stops in 1999 when the film was made. So it kind of like is a bit ambiguous about like how Apple. It's like at the very end, it's Steve Jobs talking to Bill Gates on the big screen, and it's like kind of like leaving with the question, what will happen to Apple now? And it's kind of 24 years later, we're like, well, that clearly worked out in Apple's favor.
Yeah. So I think that was interesting. So definitely something worth check out. So Ryan, what do you got going
on? This week has been a week of Mondays for me. I've learned more about oil-fired furnaces than I care to ever know. We had one of our furnaces in our school explode, and I was put in charge of procurement because that, of course, falls under the division of IT. I thoroughly enjoy it.
It's got to be technology related. It's got a switch that
plugs
turns it on and off, right?
It plugs in, so it's IT.
It connects to the power. Damn it! It's a computer.
But no, I thoroughly enjoy helping the school. As anybody who knows me and
Yep.
knows my relationship with where I work, it's a labor of love. It's a vocation more so
Mhm.
than a career.
Well, you get to learn a lot of
And
new things too because
and I do get to learn a lot. Like the previous weekend, I've learned everything I
Yeah.
needed to know about mini splits and heat pumps.
There you
So
go.
I've actually started the process of ordering a heat pump on Amazon. The cheapest heat. I'm going to do a video about it. Actually, the cheapest heat pump you can buy, and I'm going to do an install in my house to see how easy and difficult or difficult it is. Anyway, all right, regardless, it's been a week of fun. We've had to remove the furnace. We've had to clean up the area. There was a lot of soot, so I had actually had a friend of mine take care of that aspect of the install, and now we're waiting on a new furnace. So we had to move all the kids out of the little kid building and double stack them in the senior high. So it's kind of cool because the
Yeah.
little kids get to experience what it's like to be in high school, and the high school kids get to kind of mentor the little kids, and it's got a real camp feeling. It's a lot of fun. It's been a
That's
very
awesome.
fun week, but a very tiring week. So that's what
And
I've
then
been going on.
You had to install new televisions and things in a lot of these rooms.
Yeah. So a lot of the extra classroom space wasn't prepped for any of the actual use because it hasn't been used. So I went out and prepped a bunch. I've moved a bunch of televisions. I bought a few new televisions. I can honestly say that I think TCL is my favorite cheap television brand. So anybody looking for a good budget TV that does 4K, does QOLED, does basic features, and has built-in Google TV, I cannot say good enough things about the TCL brand of televisions, and they're not paying me to say that. But bang for your buck, if I was to have to spend money on a television right now, I would buy a TCL. Anyway, irregardless, in retro news, I haven't got a lot in the mail this week. Last week, I received my GoTech in the mail for my Amigas, so I'll be doing some installation of that at some point in the near future when I get time. My budget PC build by my grade 9 class won third place
That's awesome.
with
Tech
Ambrosia's cheap PC build, so they were very, very happy and very excited. That was awesome. And they were very, very excited to see and watch Tech Amber's video from last week where they announced the winners, and they're very, very excited to see a trophy. So Tech Amber tells me that there may be a 3D model of the Renchi trophies arriving soon that I can print and display nicely on a shelf somewhere in my office.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Just one what? I'm confused.
Just one Frank.
Just the one Frank.
Just the one Frank.
I don't remember what I was talking about.
I don't know.
Oh, he's probably talking to Frank S. because up above he says, any more mountain lions lately? There you go. I got it.
Yes. Garth had some videos of some foxes and mountain lions.
Yep.
I've yet to see his. He hasn't had any wild big surs or any wild. What's the name of another Mac OS install?
Ventura.
Thank you. Before my joke fails horribly.
Monterey.
I haven't seen any of those videos of his backyard yet, but maybe they'll show up.
El Captain.
Yeah. El Capitan, Oh my God, there's a wild El Capitan in the backyard. Sonomas plural. Oh God, there's more than one. Plenty of cougars out here.
That was a good one.
That's awesome. But yeah, so other than that, in retro tech news, I've been kind of looking into a new thing from ProtoWeb that they've been playing with, and I got it working on what computer? I got it working on my Windows 98 machine at work. It's the new Warp Stream, so it's like YouTube but old and for retro computers. So I was going to talk a little bit about it, but I can't actually show it right now because I don't actually have a computer that can run it. But anybody who hasn't seen it, it's by the people who make ProtoWeb or the ProtoWeb, and it allows you to watch. Currently, I think they have about 70,000 YouTube videos that you can stream to your old machine as though it was old YouTube. So I'm thinking it's using some Flash player type shenanigans, like actual old YouTube,
like real Flash, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not 100% sure. But it seems to work really well. I got it working on the Windows 98 machine, and it was kind of weird to see like old commercials playing on my. Oliver is a good friend. Oh, Oliver from the ProtoWeb. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I've talked to
we've
Oliver.
talked to him. Yep.
Yeah, he's a nice fellow. So yeah, it's kind of cool that they're branching out into video, and I would love to see a day where we can actually use like old versions of websites, and I know that's going to be really tricky, but like use old versions of Facebook or use old versions of MySpace or old like GeoCities, where you actually can still create new old versions of GeoCities. Yeah, it uses Flash Player, Real Windows, and Media Player. I think it does, and that's I think why it's limited to 70,000 videos. I think it's anything that was uploaded to a certain time, you can still access the Flash version of the video, and I think that's how it works. But yeah, it's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool product, so I recommend everybody go check it out. Michael MDJ just did a good video about it about a week ago. For anybody who doesn't follow,
Shockwave.
Yeah, Shockwave
was another big one back then. Shockwave.
Macromedia, and then they were all absorbed into Adobe when Adobe bought them out. But yeah, and if you guys aren't subscribed to Michael MDJ, I highly recommend subscribe to his channel. He's fantastic. They have some honor channels there too. Okay, so they must be manually adding certain channels, I guess. I'm not 100% sure how your channel is on there.
I wonder how they redo the video. They must encode it.
And they must have some way of making it work with the Flash player.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a pretty cool piece of tech. And the other thing I want to talk about is kind of some making me feel old news. I was on Wired earlier today, and it turns out, and I'm going to share my screen for this, so just bear with me here real quick while I share my screen. Present, share screen, this, boop, share. Can you all see that now?
Oh, I've seen those, yeah.
So you know this phone?
Yeah.
You're aware of this phone?
Yeah, they got it on Toy Story.
It's now Bluetooth.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, now it works with Bluetooth.
The kids version they sell now.
Yeah, so the kids can Bluetooth it to their tablet and use it as a phone.
Oh, that's clever. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I don't know how this is supposed. I don't know how this is supposed to make me feel, but
yeah,
I have
right.
feelings.
It's not as cool as a Commodore phone.
I have feelings about it. So yeah, take that as you will.
Next thing is going to be the speak and spell, or that wheel thing that you turn the thing and the wheel spins.
The Moo Cow. Yeah, the cow says, well, they already have an app. There's already an app for it, right? You can just replaced with an app. Yeah, same thing with the speak and spell. You can just get a speak and spell app.
Garth, now I got to get one. They're probably on Amazon.
It'd be cool for one of the backgrounds of your stream next to Squawkers.
That would be.
But yeah, that it makes me feel old, and I remember. I mean, geez, in my day, that was attached to a stick, and you pushed it. It was a phone, but it was attached to a stick, and you pushed it. Right? It had a rope, and you pulled it. That's how it worked. You had a rope, and you pulled it. When you pulled it, the bell would ring inside the phone. So now I feel old. And then the only other thing I wanted to talk briefly about was the fact that eBay had to pay $3.5 million for being an absolute piece of shit of a company.
Do you remember that old news story where those people on eBay searched down that couple that used to do reviews?
That's what I'm talking about. They just won $3.5 million.
Good for them, because that'd been scary as shit. They were trying to kill that lady.
Yeah, they
intimidation.
The head of eBay security was the one doing it.
Yeah,
and he was told by the vice president or the VP at the time to make basically bring him down. Yeah.
Hello.
So that's better.
Okay, turn your volume down now.
Yeah, turn your volume down.
That one works.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 sec.
Did you run to the store and buy another headset?
No.
She went to a bin of random shit and found a headset.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
The 12 bins of shit in the living room.
Trina's just standing there, all the bins in front of her. She's going,
Dark
that
Trina.
Is that better?
That's much better.
Yeah, that's better. Way better.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I found somebody had given me a bunch of old office stuff.
Awesome.
And this is a Logitech headset. Sounds crappy as shit, but it works. So
Yeah.
Yep, she
Well,
ordered one on
Trina,
Amazon. Man.
Trina, I feel like it looks as though you're providing tech support for Comcast in like
yeah. Oh,
19 or
hold
2020,
just
2010.
just hold on for a
Is this the
second.
magic school bus?
Hold on, just 1 second. Thank you for calling Logitech customer care. My name is Trina. How may I assist you today?
Trina, I got a mouse and it got caught in a trap, and I don't know how to use it.
Okay, so what I suggest you do, and I actually suggested this to an actual person on the phone with me. I recommend you take it back to the store and get a corded mouse.
Well, it's still alive. It's twitching. Should I dispatch it first, or should I?
We're gonna RMA it right away. Just send it back to us.
Okay. Do you want me to keep it alive?
It doesn't matter. We'll figure that out when we get here. When it gets here.
Put a slice of cheese in the parcel. You're good. My coffee cup holder is broken. What do I do now? Yes.
Get a fresh cup of coffee.
Did you guys see the news article that who was it? Some European universities had put out about Google search quality?
Yeah, it's gone down because of all the SEO spam.
Yeah,
BS.
So Google's been returning more low quality affiliate marketing content in product searches because sites are prioritizing SEO over value. So people are getting irrelevant searches just trying to get higher commissions. Essentially,
I've noticed in the last probably 3 or 4 years that my Google Ninja skills have become less and less good, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, SEO fueled AI garbage. It's 100% what it is.
Absolutely.
Oh, and by the way, Curtis, just to answer your question, I don't need to drink coffee straight out of the pot. What I do, I work in a hospital. We have
access to methamphetamines.
We also have that as well. Yeah, I was going to say an IV bag, but sure.
That's my point,
coffee.
Eric. Is Google's only as good as the search result? That's exactly it. So, do you think we've hit kind of like the?
I think we've hit peak
now,
search.
and
we've hit peak search. We're going down the other side.
And
now we're going to see at some point.
And if I can make a point to that, do not always rely on Google searches. I had a customer one time. He Googled the phone number for Brother Printers. Brother Printer in Canada only does voice chat. There is no phone number. So he had called me because he called this number, right, which he found on Google.
Yeah.
And he said that they wanted like $300 to fix this printer.
Yeah.
And so he called me.
It was a random scam.
Scammers.
It was a scam number. So you also have to be careful. Sometimes Google can have wrong results. So that was just funny. That's where I was going with it. So, can I do my topic?
Yep, we've been waiting.
Okay, so
I thought you were going to act it out like charades.
Some random sexual joke.
Put your hands back in your pants.
Okay, 3. So it's a threesome. With a midget, a bowling ball, and a box of Lipton chicken noodle soup.
So somehow the dude is involved because this is a Big Lebowski thing, I'm
sure. No, so I watched, and if you're not subscribed, I recommend you go subscribe to Veronica Explains.
She's
YouTube
wonderful.
Channel. She has a wonderful channel, and they're around Christmas, either just before or just after, she released a video on Linux Mint. And that got me thinking, Mac OS 10.15 on my MacBook Pro sucked. It's really buggy, and it's the last thing I can officially install on it. And I thought, instead of trying to go through a patcher, why don't I try installing Linux? And I've been thinking about it for a while. And then she showed off Linux Mint, and I went, ooh. Or Linux, as Retro Techie would call it, yes. So I had a mirror universe edition of my MacBook Pro. It's a 2012 MacBook Pro i5 2.5 gigahertz with 8 gig of RAM. Only thing is, it didn't have a drive. Fine. So I put in a 128 gig SSD because I just wanted to simply install it.
Try.
And it worked just like mint.
It's fucking mint.
It was fucking mint, guys.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went and installed the Cinnamon desktop.
That's good.
After a few learning curves, like, why won't my Wi-Fi work? Oh. And then after spending an hour on a forum only to read, oh, you go here. Boom, turn it on. I'm like, oh my God, is that it? So I last week I bought a 1 terabyte drive on sale for $54 Canadian.
Wait, Trina bought something new?
I bought something new.
What?
Yeah, it was
What year is this?
It was Canada Computers had the after Christmas sales on.
What brand was it? Like PNY or
Western Digital Blue.
Oh wow, okay, so good brand.
Yeah, brand
Okay,
name.
cool.
So I went and bought one, and I finally put it into the computer, and I am now. This is what I'm streaming from tonight. And the nice part is, I just plugged these headsets in. This headset that I'm using, and it just worked.
Yep.
It took about 5 seconds, and I put it on. I'm like, oh my God, I can hear things out of it. So
Yep.
I am thoroughly enjoying it. I don't really do much with my computer. So, like my experience is of an average home user. I search, I'm on Reddit, I use Blue Sky, I check prices for things, for people. Like I had somebody tonight call me about a keyboard. I did that. I set up my, the Thunderbird mail program that came with it. Easy peasy to get my work emails going in.
Forget lemon squeezy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
There you go. Thank you.
There. Hey, no problem. Yeah, it was really easy. Everything's syncing nicely now. Found out today how to get my, because I went to reply to somebody today, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to use this, and I had to get my signature put back up, and it worked fine. Yes, I installed a universal translator. It's called a Logitech headset.
When in doubt,
works amazing.
Yeah. And that's what I found. That's what I found with Linux is like when anytime I've ever done anything, like I've built Linux desktops and I've had Linux laptops. The key was always to go with brand name stuff because 99% of the time somebody's already done the work to make it work. Because so I would sometimes struggle with certain things, but then I'd go, you know what? This is because I'm being cheap, and I should just go buy a USB Logitech headset or whatever the frig it was. Right. But like I've said, I've used Linux audio recording desktops before. Linux Ubuntu has a fantastic port or a fork of it that's specifically for like sound
audio
engineers.
Yeah.
And stuff, and it's pretty good, and it does some pretty in-depth stuff. This is long before I had access to things on the Mac that would be equally as quality, like Ableton, and I was doing some Fruity Loops on the old PC, and I wanted to get use something that was a little bit more robust than Fruity Loops. So yeah, I jumped onto the Linux bandwagon, but it's one of those things. It's not for everyone, but at the same time, it's kind of like a Chromebook. If all you're doing is internet and email and watching YouTube, Linux works fine. Right?
Yeah.
Have you tried Wine yet? Have you tried installing Windows?
I'm going to go back to Eric's Edge comment. So when I installed it, after I installed it, even in the live version, it auto-detected my HP printer, installed the drivers. Didn't have to go into a driver thing. Nothing. It just was there.
If you have to fuck with cups, you are in for a nightmare. That's the Linux interface or its back-end system. Yeah, be happy that everything, that most things now connect automatically because they didn't in the past. It was
Yeah, and again, also my printer is also networked. Like I have it running through a Ethernet cable, so it's on the network.
yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, it worked. It worked fine. Um, Not sure, Starbuck Tech, why you had that issue. Um, I know I had the issue, but it was just I had to go into some settings. We can talk about that after. But yeah,
Um,
Wi-Fi
so
worked.
the other thing I would say to try to play with, which I always found fun, was getting Windows applications to run in Linux. Wine is the
Wine
application.
works good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but now Wine has a beautiful front end that makes it stupid easy to install applications. So I play around with it. It's a lot of fun. Like there's nothing weirder than sitting down and having Office 2020 load in Linux for you.
Right, right.
It's like
Yeah,
this is
that'd
really
be.
weird.
Although I actually, because all I have for the Windows side of things is I have Office 2016,
Right.
but
That'll work fine.
I like to try the Mac version because it's 2019.
Right. Well, it won't run the Mac OS, a Mac version, but
Mac version, okay.
it'll run the Windows. But at work, you don't have Office 365 with the full version of Office,
We do, but I can't steal it from work.
really? Because
Yeah.
my 365 accounts come with home accounts for
Oh yeah, no,
for
no, no.
my
Ours are localized to the hospital itself. We
right.
have the
But my accounts have the ability to have a home account, which is
Oh
a
yeah,
free
no,
copy of Office for home.
we don't touch those. So, and they only set it up that it can only be on the work laptop.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah.
I had an acorn fall from a tree.
Did you? Was it a British tree?
It was.
Wow.
Yeah, and the same thing, Eric. These are a Logitech. They're obviously not a gaming headset, as you can see. But yeah, plugged it in to the USB port, and I was hearing Ryan within like 5 seconds. So,
You unfortunate person.
and then I would have been back a bit
Wouldn't want to
sooner,
get hit in the head with that.
but hearing Ryan's voice made me have a butt bomb.
A gut bomb.
No, no, no. Oh, you didn't catch that inside joke. So I did a stream the other night
What
on
kind of
Monday.
stream?
It was
A fecal stream.
a live stream
Oh, a live stream.
where gut bomb's like, hey, I want to open some boxes. So I'm like, cool. Or I forget what he wanted to show off, honestly. Because my channel's basically become the gut bomb channel, live stream channel for him. Anyway, but in the description, Martin sent me a screenshot about 20 minutes before I went live. I had put butt bomb because I was just quickly typing it up at work. So it became the butt bomb stream.
That's funny.
And
Eric
hey,
Randall's
Eric
here.
Randall.
How's it going, buddy?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're not back in the Windows 98 days where it was plug and pray. I remember those days.
Plug and pray.
Install something and hope it goes.
Most of the time, it was a stupid IRQ conflict. It didn't work.
Yeah.
That's how I always had problems with in the Windows 95 days.
Although I found Windows 98 SE was better with the plug and play than the 98.
1000%. Yeah. Way better. But yeah, so cool. That's awesome, Trina. I'm glad you're enjoying Mint.
I'm thoroughly
Mint
enjoying
is probably
it.
my favorite. Is my favorite OS to kind of like tell people to go try.
I do owe a thanks to two people, Gutbomb and Cass.
Okay.
Because both of them helped me.
Awesome.
On my stream.
I like Cass.
Yeah, they were both great. They were able to get me through SSH connecting to my Mac Mini. Perfect. So now I can play my episodes of Star Trek from my Mac Mini here on my Linux machine. So
nice. The other thing I was going to suggest, if you want to try another different operating system, oh God, what's it called? 76. System 76 has their own version of Linux called System 76. The Proto 76 Linux. It's really good. It is their own version called. Someone's going to tell me before I can find it because my brain has gone. Pop OS. Thank you. Yes, my brain has gone to mush.
That was
Starbucks. Pop OS. Yeah, Starbucks. That's a great OS, and as well as the Steam OS, whatever the open source community version of Steam OS is. from Valve is also really good if you want to like get Windows stuff running and you want to play games. If you have a Steam account and you want to play games, it's also really good. We have it running on a machine in the school for the kids to play Portal, so it's a good bit of fun. Yeah.
So yeah, no, everything's.
And Sean's here from Geek with Social Skills. Hey, Sean.
Skills.
Hey, Sean. How are you?
Yeah. So yeah, everything's all tickety boo.
Awesome.
I don't think. Yeah, I got everything I need installed thus far. Although it's funny now because I'm like, I clicked on Facebook tonight to check because somebody messaged me and I'm like, oh shitballs, I set this up with an old Hotmail account that I don't remember. So I'm gonna have to open up. I'm gonna have to open it up on my other laptop that I'm logged into and go, what's the friggin'
password?
Well, not the password. What's the email address?
Oh,
because I don't remember what the email address is.
Trina, may I make a suggestion to you?
Mm-hmm.
It'll change your life. It's a little program called BitTitan, or no, not BitTitan. What's it called?
Bitwarden.
Bitwarden. Thank you. Install Bitwarden, set it up, and you'll never have any problems ever again. It'll remember all your logins. It'll remember all your passwords. It'll do all your two-factor authentication. And it's open source and free. We know how the back end works. Yeah, it's not like LastPass or Dashlane that have all been compromised with issues. Bitwarden is very open and transparent. It's the best free and paid for password manager. Password Vault.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, cool.
10 out of 10 would recommend. They're also not going to try to sell you cryptocurrency, which the others do. So
the only thing I got to remember is just the email address. I know what the password is. I can tell you that off the top of my head. Yeah. It's just the email address I totally have forgotten about. So
Trina's awesome. 2002 at hotmail.com.
Try 1992.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, let's do this. We'll just do a little quick poll in the chat here. What was your first email address, and would you be embarrassed to have it on a resume as your contact information?
I don't remember, but I know I can answer. I don't remember what it was, but I can answer yes. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I can answer yes to that. That I would never have that on. It was a Ramen email.
Yes, it was definitely Ramen.
I remember mine was technician something at yahoo.com, but I know I misspelled technician. When I did it, it wasn't intentional.
That's awesome.
But I just stuck with it because
hire me as a technician. I can't even spell the word. I'll do a really great job.
Yep. It wasn't quite that bad, Joe.
I was just about to show that, yeah.
It wasn't quite that bad.
Oh, that's awesome.
Actually, I love Joe's reply. I use an ISP address, so
of course
it was
did,
my
Joe.
name, so no.
Of course, Joe. I would expect nothing less from you. It wasn't going to be like, I don't know, Moopsie Lover 79 at hotmail.com. Right, please.
Okay, somebody needs to go register that right now.
To Retro Techie.
Naughty Boy 69. Oh dear God. I would love to. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I am gonna Google search that right now. Naughty Boy 69 at hotmail.com.
Chunky Lover 53 at AOL.
Jeez, Whiz.
I know these are all fake, but they make me laugh, so it's okay.
Wow. Sean said, I still have my Earthlink account that dates back to June 1994.
That's awesome.
Oh, and by the way, I tried typing in naughtyboy at hotmail.com. It just came server not found.
Oh, yeah, you got to go open the Google search.
Yeah, I got to open up a Google search, yeah.
But mine was my first three initials of my last name, so Hay, Hay, and it was the Cadet Corps number that I went to Cadet Set, so it was 2415 at hotmail.com. So it was not funny, not stupid, but like I would never use that ever.
Yeah.
I did what Joe did shortly after that. I went to and got an ISP, so I was just Ryan Hayward at nl.rogers.com because it was
Okay,
way
so this
more
is
professional.
so apparently, the, Garth Allen, who uses Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, has that
Email it.
email address.
That's awesome.
The Naughty
And
Boy
it's
69.
which is actually an alias of Garth Beagle. So
Right, that's what I was thinking. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, it's Gareth Allen, but yeah,
which is AKA Garth Beagle,
yeah, exactly.
AKA Helicopter Hottie 75 at gmail.com.
I promise not to spam you, Retro Techie. But actually, hold on. I'm going to send. I'm going to.
Oh, come on,
this over.
Retro Mac UK Martin. Tell us what your high school email was. Nothing's too rude. This is after hours. This is the Old World Tech After Hours show now.
Hold on. I'm actually going to compose a email to Naughty Boy 69.
Oh my gosh.
Hello. I love your email address. Winky face. Send.
There you go, Trina. That's a good email for you.
Oh, goodness.
Hold on. I need to come back. Lips Houlihan 4077. Actually,
that's a good one.
The actress who played
Loretta
Swit. Loretta Swit. But no, I'm trying to think of what the actual character's name was besides Hot Lips. Margaret Houlihan.
Margaret Houlihan, yeah.
Yeah. But Loretta Swit actually, over the years, kept petitioning to have Hot Lips removed.
Yeah.
So if you notice by like season 5 or so, or
4, I think it was 4 actually.
4 or 5, yeah.
It's when she broke up with Frank. After Frank was gone, she was. Yeah. Is this
all
a
right,
MASH?
Retro Techie, I'll give you a minute to answer.
Is this a MASH? Like podcast now?
Yes, we're going to talk about old MASH episodes.
Yeah. Loretta Swit and I are friends on Facebook. She posts fairly regularly, she's very open with her fan base. You can add her as a friend, and she's a sweetheart. Well, she's one of the only ones left besides her and Jamie Furr and Radar.
And Alan Alda.
Oh, Alan, yeah, but he's basically dementia now, unfortunately.
Oh, does he have dementia? I didn't know he had. I knew he had Parkinson's, but I didn't know it was.
Or Parkinson's, sorry, yeah. But basically, he's house ridden. He doesn't go out anymore.
And there's also the actor who played B.J. Honeycutt. Is still around?
Jamie or Mike Farrell. I thought he died last year, didn't he?
No, Mike Farrell's still around. Oh.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's 84.
And by the way, also the actor who played Igor is also still around.
He's also still alive. Yeah.
And there's probably a lot of background actors that
Oh, they're still done. Like a lot of the Korean kids are still alive, right? Like because they're.
But
in
like a lot
now.
of the background MASH actors that.
Yeah.
Like
what's her
Igor,
name?
as an example.
What's her name? The Hawaiian. She passed away there last year.
A few years ago now. It wasn't last
Kelly,
year. It was 2-3 years ago.
Oh, wasn't that
still
far
living?
ago?
Yeah. Kelly Nakahara, I think it was.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember the actress's name was.
No, her actual first name was Kelly, and she played Nurse Kelly.
And she played Nurse Kelly, yeah. Oh, look who we have here. We have a Ron from Ron's Computer Vids.
Yeah, I know.
Hello, Ron.
I've heard of that guy.
Yeah.
Hi.
Also known as Ron's Computer Things.
Hi, Ron of Ron's Computer Things.
Yeah. See, I picture in my mind when you say Ron's Computer Things, I picture Ron, but in like the Bizarro universe. So he'll have a little goatee, and he'll be evil.
But he already has a little goatee.
Well, then he won't have a goatee. He'll be completely shaved.
Yeah.
Whatever the opposite of what he currently has, he'll be completely shaved.
He'll be a girl.
Sure, but he'll still look like Ron, but with a wig.
But just yeah.
Long hair, and he'll still have a goatee.
He still has a goatee. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I think we're writing a bit here. We need to like flesh this out a little bit and figure it out.
Right. Mirror universes of us all.
Well, I'd be thin and have hair if that was the case.
And
I
I
would
would
have hair too, please.
and I would be just sitting in the back room at work, not trying to steal computers left, right, and center like I brought home 4 the other day.
So, Trina, what's your favorite thing that I sent you?
That would be the rainbow floppies.
Ah, yes,
I
the
actually took them to
rainbow.
work. I took them to work. I'm like, look what I got, and everybody's like,
What the
"What's
hell are
wrong with
those?
you?" No,
Why do
they're
you
all
have
like,
save?
"What's wrong with?"
Why do you have 3D printed versions of the save icon?
Actually, no. It's really funny. The blonde girl that works with me, Taryn. She
Yeah,
yesterday she came. She's like, "Meet me outside. I got something for you." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
giddy
And it was
up.
just, and it was a floppy disk holder. So she knows what I like.
Oh, nice.
That's
I
awesome.
said, I just looked at her. I said, "You know how to turn me on?" She laughed.
Oh my.
But shaved where it counts. There you go.
Oh my, womp
I
womp.
think on that
Ah,
note, it's a good time
yeah.
to end the stream,
Yes, yes.
Shit.
Pubes are always a good time to end the stream. So here we go.
right? So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. We've had Eric Rangel, Starbuck Tech, Geek with Social Skills, Gut Bomb, Micro Hobbyist, Retro Techie, Joe of Joe's Computer Museum, and Frank S. I know I'm missing people, but you know who is here. Starbuck Tech, Will, who's off to bed anyway. So yeah, thank
Jim
you,
from
everybody.
Retro Techie.
Yeah,
Everybody,
I already
Micro
said Retro Techie.
Hypnotist. Oh, you did?
Yeah, yeah,
Trina and Frank and myself.
yeah.
We all thank you.
Yes, we
Yes,
do.
we do.
And don't
Sincerely.
forget to hit the like button and
Yes.
subscribe. We only do the show once a week, and so you won't be bombarded with a bunch of notifications. You'll just get the one. And hey,
And hey,
unsupervised.
Russ, thanks for joining us. As
Well,
always,
actually, unsupervised's been lurking today. So
so,
hi and bye.
as I always say, ladies and gentlemen, pull down your pants and slide on the ice.
There you go.
It's
And on
twice as
that
nice.
note, have a good night, everyone.
Have a great night. Take care.
Bye. Oh, join us on Discord.